Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mars. I know it has been an extremely long time since we posted anything, but it has been a little crazy these last few months. I have an October video that I still haven't gotten of us pumpkin picking, which will come, but towards the end of December, of course, we're getting ready for the new year and everything. And in January, first, like I think on the 3rd, I had surgery, so I was down. And then in February, I got sick. I sicker than I've ever been for about 2 to 3 weeks in the month of February. I was so sick and I was working still. Then in March, all of this stuff happened with COVID and everything like that. So I am actually just now getting my mind right and dealing with all of this quarantine to be able to actually post something. So it is May 2nd, and it has taken me a good month to actually get used to our new normal. And I wanted to show you some of the things that we've been doing in quarantine. One of the biggest things that we have been doing is we actually put in a garden. I've got dirt everywhere because I just got finished, but I wanted the kids to be able to do something other than just be on the tablets, in the TV, and and in front of a computer. We're doing all school work by computer, so I wanted them to be able to have reasons to, other than just blowing bubbles, to go outside. And I wanted them to be able to experience the growth cycle with plants, because I know they're learning about that type of stuff in science. So we decided to put in a garden, and I wanted to show you what that looked like, and then also talk a little bit about the schedule that I have us on. So follow along. Okay, so what we have over here, I got one tomato plant that you can see. And then we have 3 little cucumbers in a window box. In this plant right here, we have some carrots. We have carrots, and then this is a bell pepper, and then of course we have some daisies because, as Sydney said, we needed flowers and color. And then over here in this little bed, actually on our Facebook neighborhood group, somebody was actually giving these away for free. And so I took that as an opportunity, because where we are, I didn't want to dig. And that's why we're doing, our yard is small, and I didn't want to take up a lot of the room and actually put in a permanent garden. So I just raised it up and planted in here. So even though this is a tomato cage, I'm using this and just repurposing from something that we did a couple years ago. And I'm going to actually try to grow some green beans. We've never done that before. And then we also have planted some spinach, as well as a variety of a romaine lettuce. So we have the fixings for a great salad. I'm always making pickles from home, I'm always making pickles. So we wanted to make sure we definitely had a lot of cucumbers planted. And the kids snack on the carrots as well as the peppers and the tomatoes. So I really wanted to just give them options to actually see the value of what patience can be, and also, take pride in the work. So they have a schedule. They will be taking care, tending to to our little garden. And this is also, I call them an Easter flower, but what's this? The hyacinth. And I believe these are purple. So we're going to try to see if we can actually rescue that. So just follow us along on our little journey. But in our yard, and you see, as you can tell, I just took a little corner. We have all the rest for them to be able to play in. And this will be really exciting. So follow us along with that. So that's a little bit of just an example of what we're doing on the outside. Of course, they're also playing games. When it gets really hot, we had a hot day earlier in the month. It was like the first real hot day of spring. And I had picked up a whole bunch of water balloons, and they actually just did a water fight and a water balloon fight. And I know I'm looking all cruddy from being outside, but that's part of our channel being extremely real. So one thing I did want to show you is the way that we kind of broke up how we're doing the work schedule. So in case you guys didn't know, I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but I am a nurse, and I'm blessed right now to be in a job where I'm not actually with my brothers and sisters on the front line, but I am working still with COVID patients in reviewing their charts and everything. And so I'm working remotely for a hospital in Jefferson. I love my job. I'm still, I've been doing this type of nursing work almost 6 years, since 2014. And so I have my computer set up for my work, which is still 8-hour days. And so while I'm doing my work, and then my husband, Mel, he is finishing up with getting his second degree. And so he's on, if you can kind of see that one, we made a little setup right there for him to do his schoolwork, but then that's also the home computer where the kids can come on and do their schoolwork. So the schedule that I finally was able to work out for my own sanity is that I'm of course at my computer, anytime, until 4 o'clock for the most part, and in the afternoon. But Mel is on our home computer doing his schoolwork every day from 8 to 1, and that's because he's now taking all classes online, and that's the time for their classes. And then the kids can start doing their schoolwork from 1 o'clock on, and I blocked it out into schedule. So I'll let you see the kind of schedule that we have. It's still very fluid. On Friday, oh, don't look at all the mess back there. On Fridays, we reserve that for cleaning, for doing, if I have a light day on that day, or if they're not needed and we're called off, because nursing's that time you still get called off, then we reserve that right for that to be times to do other things. Like yesterday, we started planting that garden. We finished it today, but that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we're having that experience and creating those memories with the kids. And baking, we have baked, we have done other things. The next thing, because I also teach with natural health care and have an essential oil business, that we also do aromatherapy Play-Doh. That's going to be the next thing that we actually do with the kids. And it's not just good for kids, it's good for dexterity, it's good for stress, just having that little ball. And when you have those essential oils in there, for whatever the essential oil may be, whether you're needing to promote a sense of calm, turn that down a bit, whether you're promoting a sense of calm or anything like that. So those are really good as well, especially in these times when not only can you be mentally exhausted, but very emotionally exhausted, which I have felt all of that as well during this time. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up, or show you kind of how we've broken it down. Like I said, it's still very fluid, and it doesn't necessarily always work that way, but I find that when I have stuff written down in terms of the schedule, and I have it posted, then that's less questions that the kids have to ask me. That's less time for me having to get out of my nursing mind to turn onto the mama mode. And it's really worked for us. So I'm going to show you. And in this, we have time for crafts, art, whatever, as well as chores, as well as doing their schoolwork, and not everything on the computer. I also have carved out time for them to do workbooks. I did get workbooks off of Amazon for them too, because I'm like, you can't sit here and just be watching TV all day long. So let me show you what that looks like. So really quick, I just wanted to show you, this is the schedule that we typically follow from Monday to Thursday. I'm not gonna lie, I need, the kids kind of go to bed they're going to bed a lot later than what they normally do, but that's okay. Because I'm wanting them to be able to get their rest, so they're also sleeping in. Our school, we're in a school system, and we're very blessed to be able to have schools still providing lunches, and so we'll walk up to our middle school, which is a nice walk. I'll take my lunch break, and at 9:45, 10 o'clock is when we'll go up there, walk up to the school on great days, and we'll go and actually get the lunches. So when they come back, they put that away, and then from 10 to 11:30, they've got their time to play and kind of just wake up, do whatever they needed to do, get their clothes on for the day, brush their teeth and everything. Then from 11:30 to 12, what they have to do is reading. They have a book, or they can go on epic.com, which is one of the websites that the kids were provided from their school. Then between 12 and 1 o'clock, they go ahead and have a lunch. While they're eating lunch, have a movie. And then this is where it kind of starts, where everybody has their slated spot on the computer. So Remy, from 1 to 2, he's got his time. And then on Wednesdays, he has Zoom calls with his kindergarten class. And then while he's on the computer, that is the time for Sydney from 1 to 2 to be working on her chores. And she has to clean, she's responsible for the living room, her bedroom, as well as her bathroom that's assigned. And then during that 1 to 2 slot, that's when Say is going to be working in her workbook and actually doing some pages that we've marked out for her. And you can kind of see how it goes, where they've got their Google Class, their iReady and what have you, and it's all done in times. And for every kid that is the time slot on the computer, the other two kids have something else to do, so you can kind of see that. Remy, he's got a mix of chores, nap time, workbook, and his playtime because he is still younger, but he is still responsible for making up his bed, straightening up his room, cleaning up any books and what have you. Say has for her chores, she has the her bathroom that's assigned to her, her bedroom, as well as doing the dishes. And like I said, Fridays are at the discretion of mom and dad, so depending on what's going on. So I have this by my work computer. So anytime the kids are not sure what's going on, they look at the time and they can come find out where they're supposed to be. We've worked this for about a week and it actually has made things roll so much smoother, because at 1 o'clock, that is when the hubby actually gets on his work computer and he does his work at the dining room table. And if they have any questions as to, because this is a lot of usernames and passwords for all of the things that they have to work on, then I have that posted at the other computer where they actually do their work. All the username and passwords is all done, and every kid has an assigned color. So if they're not sure where they have to be, they can also just look at what their colors are and they pick their color. So that is kind of how we've been kind of getting through this quarantine, other than me cooking every single day, which has always been a joy, but I'm not going to even lie. Sometimes it's now become, because it is now a chore and not so much a choice, that I'm cooking so much. Sometimes it's not fun, but of course we still have healthy meals, and hopefully with this garden that the kids and I put in, we'll be able to start incorporating some of our own homegrown fresh veggies. So what you think, girlfriend? What you think of the garden?
I like it.
You like it? Do you have anything to say to everybody?
No.
That's a fifth grader for you. So there are other things that I'm thinking about. There's so many milestones that our kids are going to necessarily, that they're going to miss out on. Of course, Remy with his kindergarten graduation, there's not going to be one. Mel with his graduation, there's not going to be one. We've got birthdays coming up. We have certain things that I'm trying to put together for graduations. Say is elementary school ends at 5th grade up here, and so she's going to be getting ready for middle school, and I think that still just needs to be celebrated because that is an end of elementary. So we have some big things planned, so I hope you guys stick around, and it's so good to be back. I've missed doing this, and I'm excited, so just enjoy. I don't know what quarantine day this is, but yeah, it's definitely one for the books though. All right, you guys, y'all stay safe, wash your hands, follow everything, all that stuff that everybody's been saying. But the one thing I do want to say is make sure that self-care, make sure that you're taking the time for yourself. It's very easy, especially whether you're by yourself or you have a lot of people in your house, it can be very easy to forget about taking care of you. And definitely during this time, as with all times, but mental health is very, very important. So make sure that you're taking your time. Take your 15 minutes. Lock yourself away in the bathroom if you have to, just to get your moment of silence, or your 15 minutes to do whatever you want to do at that moment. So y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all later. I'm gonna go shower and then figure out what to cook for dinner. Any suggestions? So I had to stop the video because somebody he ended up waking up and screaming, so I had stopped it just in time. But you may notice that he is not on the schedule. Ro is not on there at all, and that is because he's still my daycare, of course, with all CDC precautions and guidelines, is still open, and it's at home, it's in a home, and she is open to only nurses, detectives, any type of first responders. So there's like 3 kids that still go there, so it's still within, it's less than 6 people in the house. So and everybody, of course, is checked to make sure that they're fine. And we've done it where he is home with us some days, and I just found that it just wasn't really fair, because all he was doing was he was just being stuck in front of the TV, or he was, as a 2-year-old, when mommy's here, he's wanting mommy, wanting to know what's going on. And it was hard to really focus with a lot of stuff, but also it wasn't fair to him because I wasn't able to, because of me working, I wasn't able to take the time to still engage with him in terms of the lessons, and was finding that we were doing a lot of color crew or Coco Melon and things on YouTube, which he loves and I think are awesome, but it still wasn't that one-on-one, let's go through our ABCs, let's go through our colors and things that he's getting with his teacher at his daycare. And we do call it school for him, so he still goes for a few hours every day, which does help with keeping everybody kind of on schedule, and also just so we're not having the the TV teach him, and he's still getting that interaction when mommy and daddy are working and we can't pull away. I can be in a patient's chart, but I can't be pulled away to sit down and play Hot Wheels cars and everything with him. So I thought that he was up. Oh, nope, and he went back down. So I'm gonna go lay this guy down. I wanted to just, I know it was a little lengthy, but I'm just excited to be back. It's a beautiful Saturday, beautiful day out here. So we've been doing a lot of stuff outside, soaking up some of this good vitamin D. And so the cars are clean and the yard is good and the garden is in. And so we're gonna all shower and actually start straightening up on the inside. You can see all the Hot Wheels tracks that have taken over the house. But yeah, so I'm gonna go lay this guy down and hop in the shower, and y'all have a great one. Okay, bye. A little caveat too, I thought we were ending the video, but then somebody came in with her brand new glasses that she just went to go pick up, and she is so excited she had to talk to you about it, and she was upset that she was not on the video. So take it away, Sid. Have you missed being on videos?
Yes, we haven't made a Welcome to Mars video in so long.
I know. But we're getting back on it and we're going to do better, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to stay on top of it?
Yes.
Okay, anything else? I love what you're wearing today with the pink and the black.
Yes, I wanted to show them what I'm wearing.
You want to show everybody what you're wearing?
I'm wearing this adorable outfit. I got some pink pants and pink shoes.
And so every day...
Do I need some water?
Sure, go get some. Every day she has color coordinated. So yesterday was blue.
Yesterday was blue.
The day before was all black. Okay.
And then I have another chance of dressing up in all pink.
Okay.
Pink's my favorite color, so.
Can you tell? Yeah. The Delta in me is just cringing at all this pink and green and everything and pearls all over the house. But I knew something was up, and AKA delivered her. All right, bye. Say bye.
Welcome to Mars.
Bye. Welcome back to Mars.